What's going on, everyone? My name is Brandon Haneline. Now today I'm going to be sharing my personal ownership experience of this Jeep Wrangler 4xe plug-in hybrid. Now I have a wealth of knowledge on this vehicle and I want to make sure that you know what to expect before and after purchasing your first Jeep 4xe. As you can see here, the tax credit will be phasing out for the Jeep 4xe in the near future. Extremely frustrating, we can't charge the 4xe up. We've been to 2 different stations now. The check engine light is now on because I have tried to connect to a Tesla charging station. Now, the big question is it worth it? All right, guys, now let's go ahead and get started. Now, for those of you who are looking to purchase that Jeep Wrangler 4xe, make sure that you watch from start to finish. There is great information all the way through this video. You must know this piece of information at the end because it could actually change your decision. Now, the first question that everybody asks me when they see this Jeep is how many miles can you get to a full charge of battery? Now that question is very easy to answer, and it is 21 miles. Now a lot of people say 21 miles, that's horrible. Jeep shouldn't even done that, right? But I disagree. I think Jeep done a great job, okay, on putting this Jeep Wrangler hybrid together. So it is 21 miles, okay, but that's on electric only. If you push the electric only mode, okay, push electric only mode, then you will go about 21 miles and then the engine will kick in. That's if you have a full charge. Now, if you're on hybrid mode, it uses electric and gas in between back and forth, okay, to get you the best fuel economy. Now, just a few days ago, they announced the full electric Jeep, okay, before 2025. Now, that's going to be a whole different ball game. There's going to be no engine, and I'm sure we'll get probably 200 plus miles to a full charge. Now, another big question I get is about the $7,500 tax credit. Now, I want to go over that in full to make sure that you understand completely what this tax credit is. Now, this is a huge game changer for the Jeep 4xe. Now, it's up to $7,500, and the up to means how big the battery is. Okay, we have a 17 kilowatt battery, so we are eligible for $7,500. Now, as you can see here, Tesla and General Motors have tax credits have been phased out. Now, what does that mean? So the government has a certain amount of money that they give to manufacturers for making these EV or PHEV vehicles. Now, you can see here the Jeep Wrangler is nowhere close to being phased out because we just started about 3 or 4 months ago. But at some point, the $7,500 tax credit will go away. Now, how does this tax credit work? Remember, it is a credit, not a rebate. What is the difference? A rebate is a straight check for that amount. The credit, let's say you owe $5,000 in taxes, okay? You have a $7,500 tax credit. Well, $5,000 of that $7,500 will be used to absorb your what you owe for income taxes, and the other $2,500 you'll have to roll over to the next year. Now, if you choose to lease the 4xe, you will not be able to use the $7,500 towards your taxes, okay? So that $7,500 actually goes back to the manufacturer. Now, Jeep and the manufacturer are allowing the dealerships to use that as a negotiating deal for the customers. Now, it is not mandatory that the dealership use that as a negotiator. They could keep that money. But if you find a good dealership, they'll allow you to use it as a down payment like I did. Now, if you have any questions about the tax credit in your state, please make sure you see an official tax accountant. All right, moving on here to a couple other things that you need to expect when you purchase this new Jeep is that the fuel door is different, okay? Now, this little fuel door has the push button. You press the button inside, okay? Takes a few seconds for this door to open. The tank is depressurizing, so make sure you understand that. All right, and also what's different is it has a smaller tank. So when you go to the gas pump, okay, you're not gonna be putting as much gas in this tank. It has a smaller fuel tank than the other Jeep Wranglers. Now, when you're going to put fuel in it, it does take 87 octane. It does not take 93, the premium, or anything like that. You can put regular 87 octane in the tank. Something else to expect when you turn the engine on, okay, you do not hear the starter starting the engine. As you can see over here in the corner, it says ready. This means it is ready to put in drive and go. As you can hear right now, still no engine running. And the coolest thing about this Jeep Wrangler is it is silent. Now, we'll have to say there are a lot of interesting noises that the Wrangler 4xe makes that your normal gasoline engine doesn't make. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Now, most of these noises you cannot hear on the inside of the vehicle, but when you have the doors off, they are a little more prominent. Now, one other thing I want to show you is this max regeneration button, okay? This is probably one of my favorite buttons to press every time I get in. Now, what is the purpose of the max regeneration button, and does it even help? I'll show you. So with the max regeneration off, I'm going to let off the gas. I'm off the gas, and we're just coasting, and it's at -3. But if I press the button, look what it goes to. Bam! -26, and it's bringing me almost to a stop here. It's just completely coming to a stop. As you can see, it stopped on its own. And when it gets down to about 3 miles an hour, that kind of cuts off. All right, so now I have to go again. Now let's talk about what you can expect on the fuel mileage for the Jeep Wrangler 4xe. Now, a lot of people on the internet are saying, hey, I can go a month, 2 months without even putting gas in it. I'm getting 1,000, 1,500 miles to a tank of gas. And even though, guys, that could be true, that they are getting that, all right, there is a way that they are getting that. They are only traveling in a small area, okay? They're only traveling 15 miles here, and then they charge up there, and then they drive another 10 miles there, and back over here. They're going everywhere in electric because they are traveling in a smaller area. They're not driving 40 miles one way to work, okay? They're driving 5 minutes to work, okay? Then they're probably plugging up at work, and then they're probably driving 5 miles back, and then back to the grocery store. So what can you really expect for fuel mileage out of the 4xe? Well, it really depends on what you're using it for. If you're using it for those local in-town trips, you can expect to get 30 plus, almost 40 miles to the gallon. If you're driving on the highway, consistently on the highway all the time, then you can probably expect to get somewhere around 20 to 22. That is real life expectations. Now let's talk about public charging stations. Now, there's a lot of things you need to know about public charging stations. Now, this is a Tesla charging station, and the first thing you're going to notice right off the bat is that the connector is different. So it clearly will not fit in here. So this charging station, all these chargers are useless to us and the Jeep Wrangler 4xe. You can see there, those connectors are different. But beware, guys, online, everywhere online, there are connectors like this right here, a jumper harness, all right, that allows you to plug in a Tesla charger into this end, and then it converts it to the J1772, which is this end, okay? I'm gonna show you what happens when you use something like this. The first thing we're gonna do is go ahead and plug this in, and then now we're gonna go ahead and plug this in. Now, you would think that it would work. Right off the bat, we get a red, green, and blue light. And right up here, all these lights are blinking. That is not normal, okay? And if you look here, you can see, issue detected, check external charging station. Guess what else is on? My check engine light, okay? The check engine light is now on because I have tried to connect to a Tesla charging station. All right, it did not like that. So do not use something like this. Learn from my mistake. Don't waste $175 on a charger that's not gonna work. Now on the PlugShare app, it shows that there's another charging station over here in this area. As you can see, here it is. So let's take a look at these chargers. See about these charging stations is that these cost money. As you can see here, you put your stuff in here and you pay right there, okay? But this is the problem. Don't do that because this will not even work. Check this out. So you can see this connector is nowhere near what we need. This is called a CCS combo. All right, so having that said, none of this here, this is the same thing, I think. Check this out, let's see. All right, yep, none of these will even charge the 4xe. Now, we've been to 2 different charging stations and neither one of them can charge up the Jeep Wrangler 4xe. Extremely, extremely frustrating. Now, I'm gonna try one more place to find out if we can get this charged at a public charging station. There's supposed to be one here at this grocery store, so let's find out if it works. All right, here we go. We have a vehicle that's not an EV that's parked in our spot. All right, now as you can see here, this is a pretty simple setup. All right, so let's go ahead and plug this up. We're gonna put this right in here. Plugs right in. Oh, heard that click. Did you hear that click over there? Now we were just at the other place and the Tesla charger would not work. But check this out. This is working. 2 hours and 19 minutes to a full charge. As you can see right here in the dash, okay, there is one light blinking. All right, there's a total of 5 lights. That's what you can expect. 5 lights here is going to get you full charge. Completely dead, it's going to take 2 hours and 19 minutes to get us a full charge. This is at a public charging station. Now I'm going to go ahead and go to the house and we're going to test out the level 1 and the level 2 charger and find out how quick those can charge up compared to this public charger. Now we're back here in the house inside the garage, and as you can see here, I have installed this level 2 charger from ChargePoint. I did get this from Amazon, and I'll give you a link down in the description area below, but we're going to go over pricing of level 2 chargers here in just a moment. So first off, I want to see how fast this actually can charge it up. Plug this in. We get our green light. Now this is the same, as you can see, the same exact numbers we're getting here at home as we were at the actual grocery store at the public charging station. It was also 2 hours and 19 minutes. And here we are, we have the one light blinking. Now we're gonna find out how fast our level 1 charger is. I do keep my level 1 charger back here in the back. If you guys are wondering what this is here, this is a 1500 watt inverter. I was actually able to power my complete house off of this inverter. I'll leave a link down in the description area below so you can see that. That thing works awesome. So here's our level 1 charger from Jeep. So let's go plug it in. Plug this in. Now we're gonna unplug our level 2 charger. And one thing I want you to see right off the bat, look at the size of these cables. Level 2, really big. Level 1, small. As you can see, it's not gonna charge it nowhere near as quick. All right, here's the level 1 charger that Jeep has provided with the Wrangler 4xe. All right, look at this. All right, we have a problem. You see this light and this light, the two, I'm gonna call them goalposts. The 2 lights are blinking on the outside. This is not good. All right, check. Issue detected, check external charging station. Now, this is interesting because this is the charger that Jeep provided with the vehicle. All right, so why do we have an error? If your outlets in your house are not wired properly, this level 1 charger will not work. It has to be grounded, okay? It has to be grounded properly. So I'm gonna try a different outlet and see if it works. All right, gonna try this one. All right, I got it plugged into the different outlet. See what happens. All right, now we got a green light there. Yes, we have one blinking light up top here. All right, now look at the difference here, guys. Look at the difference. 14 hours and 6 minutes for level 1 charging. That's right, 14 hours to completely charge a 17 kilowatt battery. That is forever. 14 hours versus 2 hours, huge difference. That is a game changer right there. Okay, all right, guys, I'll have to say, if you're looking to purchase a Jeep Wrangler 4xe, you really should look into a level 2 charger. They are kind of expensive, and we're going to go over the pricing in just a minute, but that's the reason you got the 4xe is because it's a hybrid, and you can plug it in, all right? That's the beauty of this vehicle. You can plug it in if you want to, and if you don't want to, you don't have to. You still get the same fuel mileage as you do on a regular 2-liter, around 20, 22 miles to gallon, okay? But if you plug it in, you get a lot more miles per gallon. Now, the big question is it worth it? Let's take a look at some of the pricing of the level 2 chargers. All right, now the first page on Amazon, when you search level 2 chargers, we got 4 different options here. The first 2 are about the same, 40 amp chargers. Now keep this in mind, guys, that the Jeep Wrangler 4xe can only charge at a maximum of 32 amps. No matter how big of a charger you have, if you had an 80 amp charger, they sell them, 80 amp charger, the Jeep Wrangler 4xe will only charge at a maximum of 32 amps, which is the quickest time you can get is 2 hours and 10 minutes or 19 minutes to charge up the battery, okay? Now take a look at this third one here. You see the difference? It's 3 times cheaper than the other ones. Why is that? It's because it is a 16 amp charger. Now keep in mind, this is going to charge the 4xe around 5 hours, okay? A full charge in around 5 hours. All right, so keep that in mind. Every one of these has a 25-foot cable. Beware, if you find one that's cheaper, it's probably because it has a shorter cable, a 15-foot cable. Keep this in mind. It is a pain in the butt to have a 15-foot cable. Get as long as a cable as you can. 25 foot's great. Now let's take a look at the official Jeep level 2 charger. Now there's not really nothing special about this. It does have a 25-foot cable and it does charge at 32 amps at the 240 volts like everything else. So that charges the Jeep up in around 2 hours and 20 minutes. Nothing special here. This does not even have Bluetooth or Wi-Fi capabilities. This is pretty much a plug and go. No perks or nothing special about this one, okay? This, I did find out the price is around $670 for this. I'm not sure why it's not showing here on Amazon, but $670 for this one here. There's a lot better options available out there. All right, guys, now that is the untold truth behind the Jeep Wrangler 4xe. Some of the things that you can expect when purchasing, especially anything from the chargers. A lot of people don't realize that the level 2 chargers are that much. I want to thank you so much for watching, and I hope you're smarter now than you were when you started this video. Have a great night.